I have the courage to win.
I have the courage to win.
I have enough heart to win.
I have enough heart to win.
I constantly overcome adversity in order to win.
I constantly overcome adversity in order to win.
I'm equipped with the mentality to win.
I am a champion. I am a champion. I am a champion. I am a champion. Thank you.
Welcome back to the 8 Steps to Be a Champion podcast. I'm your coach, Walter Scott. Today we're going to talk about step 1, the principle of courage. And as we get started in today's episode, I want to read a segment from the 8 Steps to Be a Champion book. So the first point I want to point out that states here on page 13 is courage requires us to make a choice when we don't know what is on the other side of this decision. We're only truly courageous when we proceed to pursue our goals despite the uncertainty of knowing how things will turn out. The second point I want to read to you is the true measure of courage is giving maximum energy and effort while being truly committed when you are unsure of the outcome. So to elaborate more on the power of courage, I want to tell you a brief story. So like a lot of athletes, my son's a freshman, and this summer he's playing AAU basketball. So the thing that I asked him at the beginning of the summer is a question I have for a lot of athletes. What are you trying to accomplish? And so the goal that he had for himself this summer was to play Nike EYBL. He wanted to be on a Nike sponsored team, and he wanted to play in the EYBL league, which is one of the premier leagues in the country. And so any athletes out there, anybody who follows AAU basketball, you know that's a lot of people would love to do that, but that's not an easy thing to accomplish. And so with that being said, the beginning of the AAU season, he went to a tryout, and it was a lot of talent at that tryout, and he didn't make the cut for that particular team. And so at that moment, you know, you have a goal you want to accomplish, and now you're faced with, hey, I went after what I want to achieve, but it just didn't work out. And so what do you do at that moment? And that's why I read, this snippet, and I really want to bring home is at that pivotal point is when you can execute the power of courage, and it will propel you to achieve a greater level of success. So he didn't make that team, and he was at a crossroads. Like, since I didn't make this EYBL team, what's the next best team that I can play for? So he started out playing on a national team, and he did a tournament. He played really well, did a tournament with that team, but there was still something tugging inside of him saying, don't want to settle for what my original goal was, which is play EYBL. And he had this desire, it's something he wanted to achieve, but didn't know the process, or didn't know exactly how to make that goal become a reality. And so during our conversation, I just encourage him, don't change your goal. Don't change your goal because of the circumstances. Don't change your goal because of what you're presently encountering. So like you want to play EYBL, but you didn't get chosen for that particular team, and that's okay. Don't change your goal. Stay focused on what you truly want to accomplish. So time passed, still searching for a team. He's in the gym. He's working, developing, getting better, working on his craft. And during that process of searching for a team, we started doing our research on another EYBL team. And so we reached out to the coach to find out more about that team, and also he had met a player at a camp that he had went to early spring, and when that player was got wind of he was interested coming over, he encouraged Parker, and was like, I love for you to come play with, my team with me. So obviously that's just an athletes talking to athlete, but coaches ultimately make the decisions, and they've already really had their team set, or they already had players at his position. So it's still, we reached out to the coach, and he at least gave us a workout. He gave Parker the opportunity to come get in front of him and go through this workout with some of the other players on the team. So we drove 4.5 hours, close to 5 hours, to this workout. And so the very first workout, he did a good job, and he got invited back for a second workout, which was another 4.5 hour drive, close to 5 hours. And that particular Saturday, it was a 12-hour day. So going there, doing 2-hour practice, and driving back was a total of 12 hours. So he's been training. He goes to those 2 workouts, and it still will be a couple of weeks for him to play with this team, but not necessarily in the EYBL session. So even after he went to a workout and he had to wait 2 more weeks to get the potential to play with the team in a local tournament, he continued to do his daily and weekly routine of staying in the gym, working on his craft. And then so he finally got the opportunity to play with this team. 2 different tournaments. He played well, fit in with the team. He brought some of his skill set, was a great addition to the team, and he did a great job with the opportunities given. So this week, he will have the opportunity to participate in his very first EYBL session here in Dallas. And I told this story because I think we all can relate to it. There are goals and dreams that we have, and we put forth the effort to have those goals and dreams become a reality. But when we first initially start, it doesn't always work out like how we planned it. We go after something, but we get told no in the beginning, or it just doesn't. We don't get picked for that or chosen for that opportunity. And so my encouragement to not only you, but as your coach, the things that I'm teaching you, I also want to apply in my own life. So I want to go back to real quick what I read and how it ties into the story that I just told. Courage requires us to make a choice when we don't know what is on the other side of the decision. So sometimes you're going to have a goal, you don't know how you're going to accomplish it, but you have to go after it anyway. And secondly, the true measure of courage is giving maximum energy and maximum effort when you're unsure of the outcome. A lot of times that trips us up. We've tried and it didn't work out. The coach didn't pick me, or I didn't make the team. And you might be having the thoughts of, why try again because it didn't work out the first time? But that's the power of courage, to keep giving maximum energy and maximum effort. Keep your focus on the goal. Don't settle. And if we can do those things just like Parker, goal might be at EYBL. The goal might be just to make the team. The goal might be to make your high school team. The goal might be to be on varsity next year. So it doesn't always have to be, the goal is necessarily I want to be on EYBL, but as an athlete, as an individual, you do have a goal. And sometimes we go after the things that we want, and when they don't work out, then we shrink or we settle. And on this podcast, I'm teaching you how to become a champion. And as a champion, I'm encouraging you not to settle. Just because it doesn't work the first time, I want you to use the power of courage to do it when it's with some uncertainty, when you don't know how it's going to turn out, and to give maximum energy, maximum effort, even despite uncertainty. And if you can do those two things, then I guarantee you that you will reach the next level of success. So in closing, I want to wrap up by saying the power of courage, if you implement it, not only will you succeed at the game of basketball, you will succeed off the court and you will succeed in life. So again, thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be your coach. And let's go be champions together.